Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Women's Wisdom. Women's Wisdom is brought to you by your host, me, Nicole Cartney, and through these series, you will hear from some incredible women in their industry who are not only making an impact in the world, but they are living their ultimate life. Today, I'm going to be speaking with a really great friend of mine who is doing some incredible work in the world. We're going to take you behind the scenes of her life, her story, and really uncover some golden nuggets that you can start to implement into your life. Get ready because we have some juiciness to reveal. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my beautiful friend, Bec McMillan. Bec McMillan is described as a woman like no other, with a story like no other. We all hear that everyone has a story, right? But once you discover Bec McMillan's story, you will literally be blown away and inspired like never before. In fact, she is described as a hero, a superwoman, a chosen one, and the list goes on. Her slogan is raw, real, and damn inspiring, and that is exactly what she is. After experiencing a lifetime of horrific events most couldn't even begin to imagine, Bec McMillan has not only risen above her past, but she is helping hundreds of thousands of others around the globe see the light and show them the way to shine bright. Celebrity and business owner Bec McMillan is an outstanding TV presenter, former radio host, global inspiration speaker, co-author, multidimensional healer and mentor, actress, Emcee, jewellery and clothing designer, charity advocate that captures your soul with her bright, shiny light. So amazing to have you here, Bec. Thank you so much for being here.
Wow, when you say all that, it's mind blowing to hear those words, and thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
So good. I just reading through your bio brings so much like emotion and goosebumps, and just like, wow, you're such an incredible woman, and I'm so fortunate to be here with you, actually interviewing you, but also just as a friend and watching part of your journey, because we've only known each other for a short amount of time, but just watching your journey has just been incredible. And you're also a mum as well, aren't you?
I'm a single mum of two. Single mum of two. I have a 21-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Yes. Beautiful. So tell us, who was Bec McMillan before Bec McMillan today? who was she before?
Oh, who was I before? So before my series of events, we would start with. Yes. So if we wanted to tap into some things that maybe happened to give an idea of, why I'm, this inspirational woman to many, I guess. I come from a very checkered past, which is not uncommon to many. It all started from a child, which is not uncommon to many, but the things that have happened to me in my life are multiple traumas. And so one could say that I'm this woman being soul that has chosen to come down here and have all the things happen all in one package so I can be the one to inspire and show people, you can get through this and this and always rise and shine. So, mine includes things happening to me as a child, being overweight, depression as a child, anxiety, being bullied, ended up on drugs and being addicted to drugs, promiscuous behaviour, alcoholism, homeless, been raped 3 times, 20% of my body, second and third degree burns when I was pregnant, had to get taught how to walk again, very bad domestic violence where my partner at the time went to jail for how he treated me, PTSD from the burns. So major PTSD, tried to commit suicide several times, and the worst is yet to come. So I'll just brace the audience for what they're about to hear, especially mothers, but any soul. I accidentally smothered my own little boy. He was 80 days old. His name was Jace Michael McMillan, and that was a pivotal turning point from all the other traumas. And after that, my whole life changed, if you can imagine. And things got worse after that. But I tell my story with pride, so I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me, because I know it's going to pierce so many hearts, and I'm very empathetic and I work with energy, so I can feel everyone already. I tell it with pride, and I tell it with pride because I know my little boy was chosen to come down and awaken his mum. So, you know, when you work from a spirit realm, he's an angel and a hero and all the things, and losing him and accidentally taking his life rolled out a more serious series of events. 18 months later, I started a safe sleeping charity in his honor to give advice and statistics on safe sleeping. Ended up getting very badly bullied online, to the point where I had to close down my charity, and I hated myself that much. I used to disguise myself as a man just to do the groceries. Had terrible social anxiety in case I was the murderer or kid killer, you know. And then I fell pregnant with twins, and one of my twins, my little girl, died inside me, and I had to carry her to term. And during that pregnancy, I also lost my nan, my pop, the twin, my sister and best friend of 30 years, lost relationships with them. And then they said my dad had 3 months to live, terminal liver cancer, and I lost the plot, and went to run in front of a bus with my baby inside me, and my elder son Jaden pretty much saved my life by just showing me love. My new husband left me pregnant and suicidal at the time, and then my dad died just before I gave birth to Chance. And I gave birth to Chance, and he came out very, 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 very stressed, like very stressed. And so life got very much worse for me after that. You can probably think, how the hell does it get worse than that? Well, trust me, it did. I ended up with very bad PTSD. I used to see him deceased when he was asleep. I ended up with glandular fever, crawling around on my hands and knees to tend to my boys, 3 hours broken sleep a night, no support. It was horrific. I lost my mind. I basically lost my mind and wanted to check out. And again, all I got was judgment. So every time I asked for help, no one was there. I'd get thrown on the floor in hospital, taken away by ambulances. The system failed me, you name it. That's why mental health is like my passion. Yeah, seriously, my passion, because one day I will help change the mental health systems dramatically when it comes to struggling women, especially mothers. So I ended up in a mental ward. I checked myself into a mental ward, decided to live, because again, my eldest son showed me love, and I decided I had to live for my boys. Went to a mental hospital. They wrongly diagnosed me with postpartum psychosis, which is really bad. It's where the mother kills herself and her children. So I'm in a crazy house and the one on watch, you know, and I thought that was my fate. I thought, this is it, you know, this is my fate. And 4 days later, I was released by a team of 8. They wrongly diagnosed me on the weekend assessor. They, you know, and I tell this story, and I still have this moment in my mind where one of the psychiatrists of 20 years hugged me and said he never met a woman like me before and couldn't believe I was still standing, and I should be so proud of myself. And they're not supposed to do that. Like, they're not supposed to touch you or anything like that. And that gave me hope. I'm like, oh my God, this is not my fate. I'm going to survive. I'm going to be a great mom. I'm going to heal, and I'm not as crazy as I thought. And no, the universe had more plans for me after that. I believe it was my ex. I was told it was my ex, but I can't prove it, so we won't put that on stamp. But reported me to child safety, saying I was unfit and I abused our baby, which is so far from the truth. So here I am celebrating getting out of the mental ward with hope finally. And my ex wouldn't drive us home 12 hours to Queensland, even though I begged him, said I was very tired still. I hadn't slept for 6 months, you know, I'd only slept for 4 days in the hospital. And he refused to, and called docs on me instead, and accused me of all these things. So here I am thinking, well, there's no way anyone would believe that I would hurt my children. I've just like survived for them. I've just lived against all odds. I've done everything I can to.
Right.
And no, they took my baby off me, had security guards around me, and handed my baby to the natural father, the one that left me pregnant and suicidal and wouldn't drive us home and all the things, and still isn't in his life today. And so I was faced with that as well on top of everything else. And so it was just blow after blow after blow. And I had my spiritual awakening there and then. So when they took my baby away from me, it's when everything happened. Spirit come in, I had my awakening, I started seeing colors, I started hearing, seeing, and I'm like, what is going on? Lock me back up. Oh my God, I need to be in the mental ward. I've lost the plot. You know, like it was, can you imagine how intense this whole experience was? And I didn't know what was going on. All I know is I was sending, you know, orange light around my child, which is, you know, your womb, your sacral, and I'm sending light, and I'm talking to beings, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, what is going on, you know? And anyway, so I got my power, took my power back, and I got in that car and I drove 12 hours straight, obtained a lawyer, fought with all my might to prove my innocence, and got my baby back in my arms within a week. And finally got some support in place by docs in Queensland. Dominique put some plans in place. I finally got support, and that's when I knew what I was here to do. And I started self-development, I started healing, I started working with crystals and inspiration and doing charity work, and really just starting, fuck this shit, I'm going to shine. You know, I'm going to be the one to say, I am not going to stand for this. This doesn't get to end like this. This is not how my story ends. I'm going to be that beacon of light to show anyone else that has been through any kind of shit in their life that you can turn your life around. And so this is how it all unraveled. And so I chose to do charity work, and I got discovered and asked to be a radio presenter. And I'm like, okay, next minute I'm a radio presenter, then I'm TV, then I'm a red carpet host, then I'm an actress, then I'm an author, then I'm a speaker, and then I'm a designer, and then I'm all these things. And it's just like, oh, wow. You know, this is how powerful we actually get to be if we choose ourselves. Totally. If we choose to tell ourselves a different story than the scenario or situation or circumstance that we are in, no matter what. And that's it. That's what it comes to. And it's just really that magical, you know, and I know there's a lot of people that in the depths of darkness, or that probably think, how, you know, because I've been in that dark. Trust me, I've been in that dark so much. So I get it and I understand, but it really is about telling yourself a new story. Yeah. Just tell yourself the new story and just decide and choose and decide.
Amazing, Bec. Oh, so amazing.
I just like, rah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Yeah, so amazing. Just from struggle to like having this massive awakening to now what you're doing. And you're doing so many incredible things. Like, it's just amazing. What's it like now? Yeah, what's it like now, obviously, with your youngest? So I know, like, I follow some of your stories, and you guys actually do a lot of stuff together, healing wise, right? So you're actually passing that down. Tell me a little bit about your guys' relationship.
Yeah, well, his name's Chance. I named him Chance as my second chance at being a mummy. So he's a very, very special being. He's very, very, very special. He survived against all odds, and he chose me, and so I'm so lucky. And I just know he's a beautiful little light being, and he's drawn to everything. He's drawn to mummy's crystals. He's drawn to my crystal bowls, because I do your seven chakra healings and activations through my crystals. We do so together. He's just automatically drawn to it. The energy, we talk energy. He starts talking about his animal guides. Like, he doesn't even know what he's saying, and it just comes through, and I know what's going on. And then it's like he comes back into reality and doesn't really remember what he says. But I think, we're born light. We're born a being, and it's our consciousness to naturally come through us as a child. And so I just allow that space for him to be a normal lingo. I just allow it all. I openly talk about my stuff. And then he just taps in. He literally taps in, and he loves putting crystals on mummy when I'm sick. He intuitively does it. He plays the drum with me. He gets a bowl and he dings the bowl and chooses his energy crystals and carries them around and makes little things.
Amazing.
And yeah, he's just amazing. He's just amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
That's
my
awesome.
eldest, no. He thinks I'm loony. And I probably seem loony to most, unless you're an awakened being and you'll get it. But for Jaden, my eldest, he just shakes his head. He just secretly, I think he really might believe it somehow. But yeah, he's very he's very, mum, you've just lost the plot. So, you know, I have yin and yang. I have complete opposite. You know, he's this tall, half Tongan, so half Tongan, good-looking, massive, gentle giant. And then I have this little strawberry blonde, blue-eyed, white being of light. And so it's like, they really come from me.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely the yin and yang. And my little boy Jace, God love him, he just looked like me. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. Amazing. And we were speaking earlier before this podcast as well. You've got some incredible things lined up. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. What's in the works for you?
Oh, always something. I'm that creative. You just can't tie me down because, you know, there used to be 7 of me, but now I believe there's 8. So that's why I'm you know, my name, I guess my married name is Eniwaniwa, which is rainbow, the 7 colors of the rainbow. And then now the 8th color that's come in is white light, which is not really a color, but so I feel like there's always these moving parts that are part of me. But what's coming up is a film, which is so amazing. I play a working girl in the film, and then just landed my next lead role for the next film. I've got my tell-all book that I get to finish this year. There's some other things I can't really say yet, but they are exciting. Obviously I've got Luminous Crystal with Regan Hillier, my beautiful business partner. So we made it to the Golden Globes last year, 50 VIPs, having Luminous Crystal, 4 runways, Mercedes-Benz fashion runway. I'm doing my speaking and inspirational speaking, and I mentor people, and I've figured it out now, like in over 15 countries online.
Wow.
So where I do everything from, you know, channeling to mental health. Like I can go through 3D stuff, go through all the Ds if we want. But so it's just this multifaceted, you won't ever meet anyone like me. I just can't even explain what I do. I just tap in, and whatever comes through me is for the person. So I'm doing a lot of that. I work with my VIPs. Got some amazing photo shoots coming up, and the rest I cannot say.
But that is great, because it's like, oh, what's he doing next?
Oh,
we have to follow her.
I can say another front cover of a magazine.
I saw you post that today.
Yes, and God, I hope I don't sound like I'm in ego, because I'm definitely not. I just get excited.
Not at all.
And so now we're working on the process of making my story into a movie. So
amazing.
Yeah, so I believe within the next 24 months that will you know, be wrapped and happen. So it's either going to be in America or in Australia. I'm not sure. You know, we don't know what's going on in the world, but yes, my story will be made into a movie. You know, when I speak to a lot of people, and the amount of, you know, men and people in authority that write to me, and they hear my story and they call me their hero, and it's, you know, the whole world needs to know this. So yeah, that hits home, and I'm like, wow, okay, got to do this. You know, it's not for me, it's for anyone else that's going through a hard time, that just needs that, you know what, she can do it, I can do it too.
Totally.
All we need is a bit of inspiration, really, don't we?
Yeah, and you're such a light at that, and I know a lot of people have been impacted. I know, especially for myself, hearing your story first, and yeah, getting to know you as well, like, wow, it just really touched me. And it's like, it kind of gives like this, wow, okay, if she can go through all of this, then what am I doing? You know, like it kind of gives like, okay, I've got to go and take action on this stuff. And like, even though your story, yes, there's been some traumatic events and you've gone through so much, like it actually gives permission to other women to actually start following their dreams as well. And you're the leading light of that, which is amazing. So cool.
Goosebumps. Yes. So to any women out there that feel ashamed of their story or feel like they're not enough because of their past, if they haven't behaved well in the past or had things done to them, this is your moment right here, right now, listening right here, right now, that nudge to just shine away, hold your head high. And you are not your story. You are not your past. You get to be, do, and choose whatever you desire in life. You get to change your mind. You get to step into whoever you want to become. And that's as easy as it is. Anyone in your life that decides to judge you, they just don't belong there. They don't belong there. And it's so funny. It's not funny, but the people that judged me now look up to me for inspiration. And so this is your moment to give yourself permission to, if you don't want to share your shit, don't share your shit, but you can get up and shine and rewrite that story. And I know so many people say you get to rewrite the story, but you literally do. Mm-hmm. It's about what you tell yourself. Like I told myself, I'm not dressing myself as a man anymore. I'm going to put on that red carpet gown. I'm going to go host a red carpet because I want to do that. I was shit scared. I'm shit scared all the time. So just because I'm, done all these fabulous things, it does not mean I don't get scared. But the universe loves a courageous heart, and I do it anyway. And I think of my purpose, and I think, you know what, I'm doing it for me, and I'm doing it for all of them. Mm-hmm. So when you lock in what you're doing it for and why you're doing it, every woman is unstoppable. Mm-hmm. Every woman, every woman. And that doesn't mean you have to do all these like fabulous things. It could be just one thing that just really lights you up or seems unreachable to you. It might even just be like, I want to go skydiving, or I might want to start gym, or something. Mm-hmm. Just go do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, are you going to be featuring in your movie, or you're not sure yet?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So amazing.
So I still look young enough to play 20-year-old Bec, 30-year-old Bec, and then I'll be 40-year-old Bec too. So
amazing.
It'll just be the younger and teenager, which mm-hmm. Obviously I don't know who that'll be. It'll be whoever's perfect to play me. Yes, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, that'll be exciting. I don't know if it'll end up being a series or a movie, because it is quite it's a big story, so it's the lifetime story of, if you can imagine, being on the streets, and if you can imagine, I used to live with bikies, and if you can imagine underbelly stuff, if you can imagine the worst, and oh my God, I've got some stuff you would just be like, get the popcorn out. Oh my God. What is next? Like what?
Yeah, they'll be literally like on the end of their seat.
Oh my God. I think back and I think, how did I survive that? What did I do that? Like, and then here I am right now. And as I said, it's just the next page. It's just the next line. It's just the next chapter. It's just the next moment. And that's what life is, just dancing in the moments, however they show up. And I'm grateful for everything in my past, because I would not have the wisdom I do today. I would not have this fire inside me. I would not have this to be able to show everyone else and myself if I didn't go through every single moment of my past. And as I said, I hold my head high through it all, through it all. There's just, it's just all perfect.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Please tell us about your jewelry line. Tell us more about
Luminous, my baby. So Crystal called me after my awakening in Amethyst. My babies. So I started interacting with crystals and working with crystals, and they really, really helped me. They really helped me on my healing journey when I was alone and had no one, and they really helped me with my energy. And I discovered crystals in a way that I think there's only few around the planet that would totally understand the depth of the communication you can have with crystals. We are crystals. We have crystals in us. We are crystallined. That's why we react to them so well. And I believe crystals are a main key to healing on this planet, balance to the planet, the future. And yeah, in my healing journey, I was very sporadic in my moods, and so I'd have them shoved down my bra and my pants. I'd have them everywhere, you know, just trying to work my energy out because I was just so nuts. And so I made a necklace made interchangeable with the amethyst and a rose quartz, because my amethyst was everything, and then the rose quartz was for when I was grieving, needed love, and then your onyx with protection. So yeah, it started off with this one necklace and then grew into a dream and a vision that I know how to help heal the world. I know how to help raise the vibration of people each and every day, and the ripple effect that it'll have on kids and their homes and the people around them. And so that's how it was all birthed. The interchangeable was to help people like with their moods. So if they had a mood, they could act accordingly with what crystals. And also I'm completely stylish. I'm into my style. So I wanted to make them really stylish instead of woo-woo. Crystals are were very categorized in woo-woo land, which means, well, I'm woo-woo, but I'm all the things. So woo-woo, I meant, can be very ancient, and only a certain genre of people would have that style or even think about dabbling into crystals. So it was my job to get crystals into people's lives in a way that they got to receive and understand, which is in the unconscious 3D world mainly. So getting them to the runways, making them fashionable, everyday wear. You get to wear them with your yoga pants, so you can get to wear them on the runway. You get to wear them with your little black dress, your jeans, doesn't matter. You can swap them around, and your kids and your dogs and your husbands, and matching ones. And you know, they're just for everyone, you know, no matter what style you are, age, sex, doesn't matter. They're just for everyone.
Yeah. So cool. Amazing. And I think I've got your links as well. So what I'll do is I'll pop all your links. So if people want to purchase any of your crystals, or do you do one-on-one work, or are you constant? Yeah, you do. Tell us a little bit about what you offer.
Yeah, so Luminous with me is it's a high-end service for many. So where you get to be with me for an hour or more if you choose, and we channel, and we have moments together, and we dive deep into your energy, and we heal, and we shift, and we do all sorts of things, whatever comes up. And then I get told what crystals are best for you, and then we talk about your style and what works for you. And then sometimes, like, I'll get flashes and I just start drawing. Other times I've already got the stock and I say, okay, well, this would be great for you. And so I custom create for people so they have that special, unique service for their family, for themselves, for anyone. It's a very unique service, like very unique. You won't get anywhere else, and you never know what's going to show up in the service. It's all intuitively based and skill set based, I guess, and creatively based. And as I said, I do that for people all over the world. And I do have a Shopify shop for just general orders, where you just get to go on, choose your base necklace and your pendants. So if you can picture a base necklace and you want to swap them around, you just select your pendants you want, start your collection, order it, we just post it out.
So good. Amazing. And with your sound bowls as well, so do you use that through that service as well, or is that something separate to that as well?
So the sound bowls are normally separate. So that's with my mentoring, coaching and healing. So that's if you just want Bec and you want someone to change your life.
Love it.
You know, I don't have to pitch myself. You know, I don't like really selling. I just like sharing. And if someone's drawn to me, they'll know if I'm the one. I really, honestly, truly believe that. Energetically, I do my callings out from my soul tribe, and I call it soul school. And
love it.
Yeah, so I know that whoever needs to be with me this lifetime will be. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bec. There's just so many amazing like breakthroughs that just for me, just by talking to you and the way that you emanate your energy is like, all these realizations just by interviewing you. So it's really, really great. And I'm so excited for everyone to start listening to this episode with you as well. Is there anything else that you feel is necessary to share? Anything that's been on your heart through this episode that you want to share with anyone?
Just some simple reminders. You know, sometimes less is more, and without going into any mumbo jumbo or fancy anything, is rejection is protection and divine redirection. That truly saved me in so many ways and still does to this day. If something's not working out for you, that means it's not for you. So if you've been rejected, it's just divine protection. So I really want that to land for people. And for any women out there or men or anyone else that's watching or listening, go do the thing. Hold your head high and go do the things. Keep doing the things, and never give up. Just never give up. Yeah, never give up. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bec. Honestly, it has been an honor to have you on this episode through these series, and I'm super excited to see the ripple effect of just people listening in to your story and the inspiration that's going to be created for other women to go out and keep moving forward and not giving up, like you just said. So thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Oh, thanks for having me, darling. I appreciate you, and this is great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So thank you so much to everyone tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share to anyone that you think will benefit from this amazing chat with the most incredible woman, Bec McMillan. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next episode. Ciao.